Greetings. My name is Beverly D, and this is True Prediction Tea. Now, we are in going into January 2019, and there's a lot that's going on with the government. So, I'm going to step outside of the box here, and we're going to look at Donald Trump. And we're going to see what is going to go going on here as far as 2019. Now, I want to make a disclaimer before I get started here. I am just a messenger, so do not shoot the messenger. I'm just here to give you the message of what I see here. So, and before we get started, we definitely is going to have a cup of tea with this situation. So, this is a cup of tea for the year 2019, and we're going to see what's going on with the Gemini, which is Donald Trump, and the Cancer, which is America. Okay, let's see what's going on here. For one thing, the first card to come up here is talking about dealing with all of this water. So I'm looking at the swamp energy. That's what this is talking about. I feel like that there's some major changes that's going on here right now in America. Changes that has not went on ever or in a long time. So there's definitely some changes. It's got the energy here of like a caterpillar, crawling. And then all of a sudden it goes and it starts changes and it changes to the butterfly and then it can fly. Well, that's what's going on here. Some major changes that's going on here. I feel like that there's the two energies that's fighting here. They're not going to get together, so don't even hold your breath to think that there's going to be some kind of compromise here, because this is talking about the deep freeze that's here, and to me the deep freeze is talking about the deep state here. So the deep state is definitely not going to cooperate, because this is really a battle for change and a battle for not to change. So I feel like that there's definitely a battle that is going on. I do feel like that President Trump will be the president in 2020. So I do feel that that energy is definitely there. I feel like that he is on top of things here. I feel, and this is home for him, and he really feels like that he has to protect his home. So he is definitely on top of things here. He is not asleep. He is not I could say is how some say that he don't know what he doing. He knows exactly what he doing, and he know, and if what he don't, when he first got in, he knew what he was doing to a certain point. But now that he has been there for a couple of years, he's even more stronger and powerful than he was a couple of years ago. So he definitely no, and all this opposition that's going on is going to continue to go on. It's not going to stop. It's just going to be, yeah, I'm looking here. It's just one continue opposition as one after another. So don't, for those of you, it's like that's saying, well, they need to get it together. They need to come together. Don't hold your breath on that, because that's not going to happen. I also see here too where I feel like that, and for those of you that is into magic or there's a lot of magic that's going on. I would say miracles that's going on here too. A lot of it is settled. A lot of it is battle going, spiritual battles. It's like I could see them throwing everything at each other. You know how we used to say they threw everything but the kitchen sink. Well, they throwing the kitchen sink here too. So this is like really a strong fight here. But again, I just feel like that this person here, it's like they can't move it. They I don't care what they throw at Mr. Trump here. they can't. It's like they can't move him. And you know, America is known for they don't have a problem getting rid of people, you know, but they not even gonna be able to do that. So, you know, this is really getting frustrated. They getting frustrated here because they like, who is this guy? What is this guy? They asking, who is him and what is he? Because it's like they can't really do anything with him. I'm just seeing here also, it's like, I'm also seeing here, and this is talking about the deep state. This is talking about the storm that's going on. And I mean, things could be much, much better than what it is, but it's like it's a struggle. You know, it's like America could be in a better position, but it's a real fight that's going on. But you also have to realize that you have enemies from within. So we're not fighting enemies from without, and we are in a way, but they have made themselves in, and that's where the enemy is at. The enemy is right here in the United States here. And so that's where the fighting is going on. You kind of think that, you know, we're going to go somewhere else and fight, but no, the fight is right here. And that's why he's going to have to bring people home, because they got to come home and help fight this fight here. I feel like that it's a lot that's going on that is not being told, and we don't really need to know all what is going on here. I do feel like that this is going to be a year where a lot of people are going to be exposed. The covers are going to be pulled. Well, I would say the masks are going to be pulled off of people. So people are walking around and it's almost like they have suits on, like, you know, masks on, and they walking around like they one thing, but then they're something else. So all of that is going to be revealed more. So it's been a lot of things has been revealed to a certain point. It's like pulling it off a little bit, but now it's like you're going to pull the whole mask off, and you're going to really see what is really up under that mask here. I also see here too that there's a different kind of war that's going on. It's not the normal wars. Nothing here that is happening now is what we are used to. All of this is definitely different. We're dealing with different energies, just a lot of different things here. A lot of things that were kept quiet. Again, the masses is going to be coming off. Things that was hidden is going to be exposed. It's just a lot of things coming out in the open now. People are waking up. It's almost like people have been walking around in a coma, but they are definitely waking up also. I'm also seeing here too where I feel like that and people has been dealing with all, you know, people that's in high places have been dibbling and dabbling in what you want to call occult magic, whatever you want to call it. And so they've been really dealing with this they haven't just started, they really been dealing with it, but they have took it out of content. You know how you can start something and then somebody get a hold of it and then they take it and turn it into something totally different. Well, that's what this energy is. So it done turned into something that's really not what it started out to be. I just feel like that it's a lot of destruction and danger in the air, but it's also it's really not going to develop like it looked like it is. There's a energy here where it's a strong force. A lot of the force has to, and the people don't realize that they are the force, and everybody is trying to be like, oh no, be on my side, and then over here is no, they trying to convince you to be on their side because they need your energy, they need you the force, and people are starting to wake up and starting to see the truth. And so this is what's coming out of all of this. This is, if you can't say anything else about this president, is that he did make the truth come out. He did pull people from behind the curtains. He pulled the curtains and you were able to see. So a lot of things that was behind the scene is out in the open now, and it's going to be more so. You're going to see a lot of things in 2019. This is also, it's a lot going to be going on in 2019 here. A lot of new things is going to be happening. This is also a time kind of like back when they had the depression back in the 20s, where a lot of people were destroyed, but also there was opportunities that was during that time. Well, this is what's going on here, and so it's where your mindset is, as far as is you going to be on the side where you're going to get and see and get the opportunities, or are you going to be on the side here where you are not going to be able to see the opportunities here? I also see here too where it's almost like people are waking up, things is coming to life here, and you have to give it to this president. This president is a president that we haven't had anything like this before. So it's no book that you could go to say, okay, well, let's see, we're supposed to do this, because you never had this before. This is a whole different energy that is here. And so you got to, people are trying to deal with it as they do, one step at a time, because they never experienced it before. So this is brand new. That's going on here. You can't go to no books and you can't read about it, because this is definitely brand new. I do feel like that the president do get frustrated at times, but it's like he feeds off of this. He's like a pit bull. Once he grab hold of something, he's not gonna let it go, and he locks in until he like that missile that locks in, and it's gonna lock in until it strikes where it's supposed to go. And that's what this energy is that they dealing with here now. I also see here too that it's at the same time it's a tearing down and it's a building. So you got a couple of things that's going on at the very same time. So it's almost like on this side of the street they're building a building, and on that side of the street they tearing down a building here. So this is what's going on here. This is new, like I say. This is a brand new president. There's a lot of change. This is talking about change. Now, the other president was talking about that they were going to make change. And yeah, but this is real change that's coming on here. And this is why people are pulling their hair out. They can't, they don't know what to do with these changes. They never experienced these kind of changes before. I feel like that there's going to be decisions that people that were making decisions are not going to be able to make decisions. I feel like that the decisions that's going to be made are, and I'm talking about coming from the White House, are decisions that's never been made before. And so I just feel like that, and then here go another change. So we in the midst of a major change that's going on here. And it's like this change energy, people didn't believe it. People thought, well, okay, they're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to let them be able to do it. And other people was like, it has never been done before, so they're not going to be able to make this change here. It's also showing here too that this White House is stronger than any White House that they have ever seen. And so they never seen anything like this before. I keep saying that. And so they all know how to deal with it. I feel like it's a lot of things. And this is also as far as the opportunity is concerned here for the people in this country, is a lot of new careers. So for those of you, is how you gonna look at this. If you look at this just like that this is going to be a depression, then your mindset, then that's the side of the street you're going to be on. If you look at this, that this is an opportunity time for you, then that's the side of the street that you're going to be on. And so, like I say, it's a duality that's going on here, and you're going to have to decide exactly what's going on. There is also an energy here where I feel like that there's going to be some relationships that's going to be made. And these relationships, and I'm talking about with other countries, these relationships are going to be dynamic, going to be very, very powerful. There's not going to be any power like this kind of power. You know, the other relationship was brought upon about, it's like you got thieves together, and you got three different thieves here, and they can't really do, they can do what they do, but they got to watch each other. But now with the power that's coming together, it's like, okay, I can focus on what I got to do, you focus on what you got to do, because I don't have to watch you and you don't have to watch me. So it's definitely a different kind of powerful coming together here that I see here. I'm also seeing here too, because it's like the attitudes is changing. When I say change, this is really change here. You know, other people talked about it, but this is really change. And I also feel like that these are deep, deep changes. It's almost like when you have, like, people have cancer or something, and they have to go in and they have to cut it out. Or if you got a weed, you got to go down and get the root of it so it won't keep growing back. Well, that's what's going on with this. This is deep. This is going really deep. And so these changes are deep changes that's going on. A lot of opposition that I see that's here. A lot of opposition, because it's a lot of people. It's almost like an invasion. That's what it kind of feels like. So you got people that was in power and they don't want to give up their power. You got new people coming in like, okay, you know, we taking over. And I'm just trying to see here, is this going on and on and on here? It's just it's a hard fight. It's a hard fight. I also feel here too that dealing with the president and it's almost like this is other presidents, because they did not have an agenda, because they really know that they couldn't make no change, or they came in pretending like they were going to, but they didn't have any intention. This is something that's totally different. And I feel like that this is an energy here where there's people that's on the inside. So you know how you dealing with you got a bunch of people around you, but you got to be able to pick out and see who is real and who is not. You know, you might have some people that looking like people, but they not really people. Or you might have people that act like they on your side, but they not really on your side. And so you have to be able to almost have like X-ray vision. And you also have to have other people around you that have, be able to see through these people here and see who is real and who is not real. It's almost like that movie when you put the sunglasses on and the guy could see who was monsters and who was humans. Well, that's kind of what's going on in the White House. You got to be able to see who is real and who not real, and who are plants and who is not plants. And it's a lot that's going on here. But through all of that, I just feel like that they able to sort through, and people are starting to say, you know, how I got a cover over me, I got a mask over me. How did they know that this was me? How did they know that I was up under this mask here? So a lot of people, like I said earlier, are going to be uncovered. I also see here too where I feel like that a lot of I keep picking up these decision cards is coming here. And so a lot of new decisions are going to be made. I see a lot of protection that's around this president. And I'm just talking about not physical protection. There's just some other kind of protection that is going on here. So this is a different kind of fight. It's almost like a person that was trained to fight in the boxing ring, And then when they get to the fight, this person is not a heavyweight champion fighter. This person is a ninja fighter. So it's like you thinking that you're gonna box with this person, but this person is kicking and doing all kind of moves on you that you don't know how to do. So how you gonna win? You can't win that. And that's what I mean when it's like the president is like a ninja, and and these other people are coming and they there and they boxing and they think they coming to a heavyweight fight, but they got to deal with a ninja. So it's really interesting when you kind of see through all of this situation that's going on. I just feel like that we got a couple of battles going on: physical battles, spiritual battles, all kind of rituals, all kind of stuff that's going on. Like I said in the beginning, you know how they say they threw in everything but the kitchen sink, but they definitely threw the kitchen sink in. I do feel like that things, through all of this storm, all of this battle that's going on, all of this uncertainty, I do feel like that we will survive. I don't feel like that we're going to be like Rome and get destroyed. I do feel like there's going to be a survival that's here. I feel like that there's going to be a certain group of people that's going to start to wake up, and but when they wake up, they're going to tap into and recognize that they have some very unique powers, and so they're going to be able to take this to a whole different level here. So I mean, we into something that I can't even hardly explain it. I see it in the spirit, but it's different. And I do feel like that we are protected. When I say we, I'm talking about America here. Strong protection that is here. America is under attack. America is that Cancer energy. She's like the nurturer. She want to make sure that all of her children is right. She like the old lady in the shoe with all those children. So she's trying to protect her children. The president is that Gemini, and he's like the father that's his house is being attacked, and so he's there helping mother and her children, and he's the protector, and he's one of those protector that he don't do things the regular way. So they coming one way and he's coming at them a whole different way, that they are very confused. And a lot of people think that he's going to be defeated. And he's not going to be defeated. It's saying here that this is a situation that's already been solved. So we dealing with, if you understand about the different dimensions and the different vibrations that's going on here, this is a vibration that a lot of us have never recognized, dealt with, and some people have. And so I just feel like that we going to survive all of this. It's saying that we got some very powerful entities or whatever. Some people say God, whatever you want to call it, but it's definitely in charge here, and it's not going to let anyone come in and just take over America, which is that Cancer energy. And so Cancer is that mother figure, just definitely looking out for her family. And Trump can handle it because he's that Gemini, and that Gemini is like something, how they say Geminis have 2, 3, 4 different people inside of them, as I call it. So to me, Geminis is like an octopus, and so it's easy for you to be able to focus on one hand or two hands, but when you got all these different hands going on, you can't watch all of them at the same time. So I just feel like that's the right energy that's there to help save that America, which is that Cancer energy here. So many people have misused and abused abused America energy. And I just look at America as a mother. That's how I feel that energy there. And it's just that it's like she's been fighting on her own. She's had a lot of people come in, say that they was for her, going to protect her, but they just came in and took advantage of her. So I do feel like that she really do have a protector that's here now. I do feel like that there's a lot of backup here too. So I just feel like that it's going to turn out. A lot of people going to be surprised here, but I just see here that that was no coincidence that Trump was here. I feel like this is all in divine order. I keep seeing protection, protection. There's all these protection cards that I see that's here. So we have some very strong, powerful protection. Mother Cancer here, which is America. I just feel like that. You know how people think a woman, you know, she there by herself. She don't have nobody to protect her, so they can just come in and just take over. And they didn't realize that she really did have some strong protection that was there. They didn't realize she had some sons that was very, they know the art of really how to handle things. So I just want to put my little 2 cents in, let you know what I see here. These are changing times, exciting times. I just feel like that everything that they keep throwing at this president is like it's like a shield that's there, just bounce right on off. And for those of you that think that he's going to go down, I wouldn't hold my breath, because I'm not seeing that. I don't see it in the cards, and I'm not feeling it. And so I just feel like 2019 is going to be a year that you never seen before. I mean, as far as politics is concerned. So, I mean, from 16, 17, 18, 2018, I mean, these were different years in politics. Everybody is like, we never experienced this before, and you're right, you haven't. And so wait till 2019 really get in. You're going to really start to see some changes, especially when you start getting around, I would say, August. Somewhere up in there, you're going to really start to see some major changes. Some people are going to start to smell the coffee, as they say, and some people is going to be like starting to see what they're dealing with. And some people just, they just going to fight to the death of themselves. And so this is going to be an interesting time. So all I can say is to pay attention. This is not a time to be asleep. A lot of people are going to wake up. And so 2020, Mr. Trump will be back in again. So, True Prediction, T. Thanks for having tea with me.